Kayleigh, hey, great to see you again. Thanks for being here.
Good to join you, David. Thanks for having me.
And from there, our conversation centered on electoral votes and legal mayhem. There are lawsuits galore from Georgia to Michigan to Nevada and Pennsylvania. Allegations of voter fraud and irregularities that McEnany says need time to be brought to light.
All we are saying is let's press pause, allow the courts to look at what happened, and then we can move forward united as a country. But we believe asking for transparency should be a good thing. And it's amazing with the Democrats. They tried to delegitimize the 2016 election for 4 years. All we're asking is for transparency. And we have the media attacking us simply for asking to put light on the system.
They especially feel Pennsylvania needs attention.
You have people like the Secretary of State, an avowed anti-Trump individual who's out there and saying we're going to move Election Day to 3 days after the election in Pennsylvania by accepting ballots that come in 3 days later and setting up disparate systems. Our lawsuit in Pennsylvania alleges equal protection issues that in a place like Philadelphia, they were finding out which ballots did not have secrecy envelopes, contacting those voters in a predominantly blue county, allowing them to cure their ballots, come in and vote provisionally, and no red counties were doing the same.
McEnany also says they've collected evidence of alleged wrongdoing in Michigan.
There are affidavits. I have them here. There are 131 of them that attestations to voter fraud. One, in fact, was a city election official who'd worked there for decades, who says that they were telling voters to vote for Joe Biden, encouraging them to backdate ballots.
What do you say to the critics who say, well, where is the widespread voter fraud to overturn, let's say, tens of thousands of ballots in multiple states? What's the answer to that?
Well, so the answer is two-part. First, we do have several attestations to witnesses of voter fraud. We can't even begin to see how deep this goes until our poll watchers are allowed in the building. We know that with 680,000 ballots in Pennsylvania, our poll watchers weren't there to watch. So until we get meaningful access into these ballots, we won't truly be able to see how far it goes. But to me, the systemic issue, the most important issue, David, is this equal protection provision, and it goes widespread.
Democrats and much of the media are highly skeptical. Yet McEnany calls this a political strategy.
So you say the Democrat Party is welcoming fraud and welcoming illegal voting. What were you trying to say, or what did you mean by that exactly?
If you are against looking at voter eligibility, making sure the voting rolls don't have dead people on them, making sure that everyone there is a live, active voter, if you are against making sure that signatures are verified and double-checked, then you are welcoming voter fraud. You are welcoming it by asking for the converse, which is exactly what Democrats have done in several states across the country.
So how does this all end?
You know, I think at this point it probably will make its way up to the Supreme Court. Right now we're at the district court level, and we will see how they rule in Pennsylvania and on our upcoming lawsuits here in Michigan and elsewhere. And I think it's really anyone's guess where this goes.
David Brody, CBN News.